Hey Year 5, it's week 3 for maths. This week we're going to carry on with fraction work. So for our learning for this week, the week looks like this. Monday we will be converting fractions from mixed numbers to improper fractions, but also the other way round. Tuesday we'll be looking at adding and subtracting fractions, starting with fractions which have the same denominator and then moving on to fractions which have a different denominator. On Wednesday we are looking at fraction word problems. Thursday there is a mathletics task that has been set for you to do. Friday it's a bank holiday, so there is no maths that has been set for you, although if you are looking for something extra to do in your maths, there are mathletics tasks which you could do as well. So converting improper fractions to mixed number fractions, this happens when the numerator is greater than the denominator. So we need to look at the denominator and see how many parts we are trying to find. So I've drawn a bar model here and I'm keep going until I get to 11. So I'm up to 3 so far. Kind of another 3. I'm now on 6. So I need to keep going. So 9. 3, 6, 9. So one more. We've got 10 and 11. So now that you've got to 11, which is your numerator, you need to see how many whole bars have been coloured in. And that is 3. And then you've got 2 left over and the denominator is 3. So now it's your turn to try those for yourself. So can you try 12 over 5 and then 19 over 6? Use this example on the slide to help you. So let's see how you got on with your turn answers. So 12 over 5. You've got your denominator of 5. So you need to see how many times 5, 12, counting up in 5s up to 12. So you've got your whole bar which shows you 5. So you need to keep going for the next one. Again, counting in 5s because that's your denominator. So we're now up to 10. So we need to do one more bar. (11), 12. So now that you've got to 12, you can see that you have used 2 whole parts and your denominator was 5, so your 5 goes underneath and then you've got 2 left over. So your answer is 2 and then 2 over 5. So let's do the same thing with 19 over 6. So it's the same thing. You've worked out your denominator is 6, and then you're drawing your bar model of 6 with 6. That's your denominator. So you keep going until you get to 19. So that's 6. That's 12. $18. And then one more. So that's 19. So you've got 3 whole numbers, 3 whole bars there. 6 is your denominator, and then you've got 1 left over. So your answer is 3 over 1, 3, 1 over 6. So converting mixed to improper fractions. So you see your denominator is 5. Your task is to draw 3 of the models of 5, because 3 is your whole number. So 5, 10, 15. And now you draw one more model of 5, but this time you only have to colour in the shade in 2. So you've got 5, 10, 15, and then add 2 is 17. Your denominator is 5, your answer is 17 over 5. Or you can see that you have got 3 is your whole number. Your denominator is 5. 5 times 3 is 15, plus the 2 as your numerator equals 17. Your answer is 17 over 5. So how did you get on with your turn answers? So 2 and then 2 over 5. So 5 is your denominator. You're doing a bar model of your 5s, and you're doing 2 whole bars, which will give you 10. And then you need to do 2 extra. Another way of doing this would be to look at your denominator and multiply it by your whole number. So you could do 2 times 5. That would give you 10, then you would add the numerator. But I think the bar model way is just a very visual way of you doing that. Okay, so that would give you the answer 12 over 5. For your task for today, what I'd like you to do is look at the loop cards that are on the screen, and I would like you to answer as many as you can in the time it takes you to do the math. There's numbers, so each one's got a number, so you can write those into your book, or again I am going to send these to your parents over a PDF on parent mail, so if you want to cut them out and do them as a game, you're more than welcome to do that. So if it's an improper fraction, you need to change that into a mixed number fraction, please. Have fun! So adding and subtracting fractions which have the same denominator. So we've got 2 8s, add 3 8s. As long as the denominators are the same, you only need to add the numerators. So you draw your bar model to help you with your 8, because that's your denominator, and then you would do 2, add 3. So if I show you on the bar model, you've got your 2 is green, 3 is blue. 2 add 3 is 5, so your answer will be 5 over 8. So adding fractions with different denominators. So the first job you need to do is you need to make sure your denominators are the same. So in this example, you would see that 4 times by 2 equals 8. So your denominator is going to be 8. But whatever you do to the 4, you have to do to the numerator. So you would do 2 times 2. That equals 4. So now you've got the same denominator, you can do 3 8s, add 4 8s, which is 7. Your answer is 7 8s. So let's see how you got on with your turn answers. So 4 8s, add 1/4. So we need to make sure that the denominators are the same. So you know that 4 times 2 equals 8. 1 times 2 is 2. Therefore 4 add 2 equals 6. Your answer is 6 over 8. Well done if you got that correct. 9 over 16, take away 3 over 8. So we need to make sure the denominators are both 16. So 8 times 2 is 16, so your denominator is 16. 3 times 2 equals 6, so your calculation will be 9 16s, take away 6 16s. That should be a 6. So 9 16s, take away 6 16s is 3 16s. So well done if you've got those correct. Well done, Year 5. So for our maths lesson today, we're going to be thinking about doing some word problems based on our work on fractions so far. So for a word problem, we need to remember to use rucksack. So can you remember what each of them mean? So let's go through them. So R is read. So you need to read the question carefully. U, underline the key words. Understand what the question is asking you to do. C, choose. Choose the correct operation that you have to use. F, solve it. Make sure you do it step by step so you don't make any silly mistakes. A, answer it. Check that you have answered the question. C, check your answer. Okay, so you need to follow those steps when you are doing your word problems, please. Now it's your turn. There are mild tasks, spicy, hot and extra hot tasks. You need to select the one that you think you need to be trying. You need to copy the question into your book, compare them, but make sure you're showing you're working out. If you want to use a different colour for your working out, that is also fine. You need to, once you have finished, there are trolley challenges, which are the problem solving activities for comparing fractions.